Denver Broncos were one that I was in on a little bit earlier than everybody else, and they actually cost me some money early in the year because of that. So I was a little bit too early on them. But I liked when Fangio went over. He left. He was coaching the Bears defense. He also was the architect behind a lot of those 49ers defenses during the Harbaugh years that were so freaking fantastic. And he went to Denver, and I thought, man, this team, it's going to take a little bit for them to gel. But Flacco, you remember, was coming over last year. I was like, Flacco, look, he's not a great quarterback, but he's won a Super Bowl. He's not bad. Not awful anyway, but although he ended up being awful.
Right.
But the point is,
right.
like, you and me, we were higher on Denver coming into last season. Then they had some injuries. Obviously, Flacco didn't really pan out there. They trade Emmanuel Sanders in the middle of the year. And by the end of the year, though, they switched to Drew Lock, and Drew Lock went like 5-1 as a quarterback.
Is that
4-1. They ended up winning at least 4 out of the last 5 games. If memory serves.
That's a trend these days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sorry to interrupt, but you put some guy in that no one's ever seen, and it's like a rally. It's like a spark. You know, it's something new. It's something different. It's fun again, possibly, right? And I'm not judging Drew Lock whether he's good, bad, or otherwise. I don't know, but that seems to be happening. Don't you agree, Sean?
I completely agree with that. And
Yeah.
what you get when you see that is I think the great thing, if you could think of it from a business point of view, is it gets the fans excited again.
Yeah, right. Creates a buzz for sure.
So
It provides hope, which is powerful.
hope is the most powerful thing, I think, in sports and getting fans into the seats and all that stuff. And
Yeah,
you
I
look
do
at a
too.
team like the New York Giants. They have Daniel Jones there. They're very excited because he put up some pretty good numbers for a rookie quarterback on what was a bad team last year. And, that excitement, I think, drives a lot. Now, Drew Lock, here's the thing, and we talk about this. When defensive coordinators have a full offseason to watch tape, especially this year, all they've had time to do is watch tape, I don't know. I would expect Drew Lock to take a step back. Now, I wouldn't put him in the same class as Mitch Trubisky, who you and me were both big sellers on coming into last year.
Right.
I don't think it's the same thing. And what I do like about Drew Lock is when we were talking about AFC South, I talked about Gardner Minshew. And I like that he pushed the ball downfield to DJ Chark. I would say the same thing is true with Drew Lock and Cortland Sutton. I like that. And so a quarterback that'll take shots downfield and has good chemistry with his top receiver, and his top receiver is pretty good, you can work with that. They got a new offense going in there. They added Gordon from the Chargers in the division, but they also have Phillip Lindsay. I think the running game is going to be strong. They add arguably the best receiver in the draft, though for my money it's actually Ruggs in Las Vegas. But Jerry Jeudy comes over, new slot receiver KJ Hamler, Noah Fant should be better. So I actually like this offense to improve, although I think Drew Lock he's not going to start the year as strong as he closed the year, but he'll get better. And I think the defense, most importantly, the defense will get a lot better. They add A.J. Boye from Jacksonville, Jarrell Casey from Tennessee. Those are big pieces. Added some more in the draft. So I like the team, man. I think that they're a little bit undervalued against the spread betting. Do you agree, Brad?
I like the team, man. Denver is one of those teams that, they're never going to go into the cellar. They're never going to really, just from what I've seen for the past couple decades,
Right.
They're always kind of pretty good. They never turn into a dumpster fire. So just based on that alone, I think that they're going to have, they're going to be okay. They're going to be okay. And I don't think Drew Lock's going to light it on fire, but adequate may be the word.
And let's be real about this. When was the last time in Denver we didn't have questions about the starting quarterback? It was the Peyton Manning years ago.
I know. Yeah,
So
you're right. That's been an ongoing struggle.
Yeah, so I like them. Over-under win total for the season, Brad, is at 7.5 at this point. Are you on the over or the under? Do you think they're a 500 team? Under?
I'm gonna go with 7. You said 7.5. Correct?
7.5. Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with under. So I'll put them at 7.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I think they're good, and I think that would actually they were 7-9 team. People forget that they actually finished second in the division last year because of that run.
I know.
But I think that the league defensive systems and the division, by the way, here is getting better. I think across the board. I think the Raiders are pretty good too, which we'll talk about in a bit. I actually think the Chargers take a step back, but I think Kansas City's even better than their team last year, which we'll talk about that in a bit too. Yeah, man, I think this is a good team. I like them. And I think the defense is going to be really good. I think their defense is going to be a great sleeper defense if you play fantasy, and a great early season play if you play you bet daily fantasy and all that stuff. But yeah, man, I'm on the under. I think they're a 7-9 team. I think they're a pain in the butt to play all year long. I don't.
Well, for sure, I agree with that.
Yeah, I just don't
Pain
see
in the
them
butt.
8-8. And I have a
Right,
specific
right.
reason for that, which I'll reveal later in the show.